Hey guys, it's Jack of Jackstone Bricks coming at you with a custom minifigure showcase slash collection video. And today we're looking at some custom minifigures from one of my all-time favorite cartoons, TV shows, SpongeBob Squarepants. Fun fact about me, the Krusty Krab Lego set from 2006 was actually my first ever Lego set, and therefore I've always had a bit of a connection with the Lego SpongeBob line. Over the years, I've accumulated many of the sets, most of the minifigures, all of the individual characters from the show at least. I don't have every variant of SpongeBob or Patrick or even Squidward, but I do have the named characters, at least one of each named character. I have a couple of Patricks, a few SpongeBobs, a couple Squidwards, a couple Mr. Krabs, maybe just the one Sandy. I think there is one on my bricklink store, Jackstone Bricks. Link in the description down below as always. But anyways, over the years as I've accumulated the Lego SpongeBob official collection, I have also accumulated quite a few custom Lego SpongeBob minifigures, some printed and some painted by myself. And what I thought we would do here is take a look at the printed ones first, and then eventually look at my custom painted figures, which are a little more unique and you probably haven't seen before. Let's start removing some of the magic. Now, one custom piece here actually is this money tile with a shell on it, Mr. Krabs' first dollar. This was printed by the wonderful S.J. Bricks, who will be mentioned a couple of more times in this video. Patrick, he's seen better days. Oh boy. Did not expect that. Sometimes I turn my figures around and I'm aghast. SpongeBob does have one custom element actually, which is these sleeves. I think he looks better with the sleeves. I've gone back and forth on whether or not I think he looks better with dual molded sleeves, and I think he does. So this is the original 2006 SpongeBob with sleeves and a jellyfishing net. Very cool. And Squidward, he's got his clarinet from the 2012 Squidward house. That's fun. And then there I am, and there I go. All right, first up, we're gonna look at some figures from Figfablabs. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Well, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, of course. These were printed by Fab Labs, as I mentioned, which is UV printing and slightly lower quality printing, or very lower quality printing, honestly, than pat printing. But I think Fab Labs, as far as UV printers go, is pretty good. And he does a lot of wacky cartoon figures. You might recognize this Brian from Family Guy because it did kind of blow up on Instagram. Anyways, these are the standard Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy figures that he made, other than I changed the hairpiece on Mermaid Man. These are some good figures. I like the dark turquoise legs and hands for Mermaid Man. I think that's cool. And then Barnacle Boy, I'm not loving the pants or the legs with the exposed flesh only printed on the front, but it is accurate, I think, to what the Lego SpongeBob line does. If you take a look at Patrick here, it's a similar thing going on. I'm going to take him out of the way here. Take a look at the aforementioned S.J. Bricks Pinhead Larry Patrick variant. Oh, sorry, I kind of fell there. This is a great figure from a pretty classic SpongeBob meme. I think I bought this just because I didn't want to miss out on it, but now that I have it and have had it for probably 2 or 3 years, I'm very happy to have it. But this is from, of course, the hibernation episode. I can't really think of the title of that episode right now. Something Tree Dome. But it's just a Patrick figure with the meme face, and I love it. Much cleaner than my other Patrick. This is one of my favorite figures in the collection. Pinhead Larry, everybody. All right, up next, Squilliam Fancy Sun. Classic character from the Band Geeks episode and many other episodes, but he's most famous for Band Geeks. A while back on my Instagram, which is at JackstoneBricks, of course, link in the description, I posted a picture with this Squilliam, not quite this SpongeBob, but with the yellow arms. And in the middle was a Squidward figure based on Band Geeks, who I sadly don't have anymore and don't have the parts to because I sold the figure that I used to make that Squidward on Bricklink, which of course is Jackstone Bricks, if you forgot. But anyways, this is a Squilliam from SJ Bricks, one of the first 2 SpongeBob figures they ever produced. Simple, classic, really a great figure. Love the Squidward head. Love the unibrow, and this is a nice torso too. It's probably useful in other themes too, but why do such a thing? All right, that's Squilliam. Great figure. All right, I've got 4 more figures to show here. These are the painted figures. I missed out on the SJ Bricks Doodle Bob. I missed out on a lot of SJ Bricks SpongeBob figures, actually. Kelpie G, but I started making my own painted ones once I started missing out on some of those customs. This is, oh boy, oh man, what is his name? I mean, it's SpongeBob, obviously, but he's Captain Quick. It's not Captain Quick, because that's a poo from The Simpsons in a very obscure Simpsons comic. I'll just put it on the screen right here. This is SpongeBob from the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episode where where Barnacle Boy becomes evil and Mermaid Man enlists the help of SpongeBob, Patrick, Sandy, and Squidward to become the International Justice League. Oh God. Again, I'll put that right here. Probably should have looked that up before starting the video, but here we are. We're 9 minutes, 30 seconds into this, and I'm just going to go with it. But this is a completely painted figure. I painted over just a regular SpongeBob. Some of these circles, I guess, were there. And then the paint on this one's a little clumpy, but from a distance it looks pretty good, and it just kind of looks like faded printing most of the time, which I'm cool if it looks like that, because then it looks like an old SpongeBob minifigure, because these things fade like crazy. Teeth are painted, and the mouth is painted, and I think this one just has a really nice look to it. The colors, I think, are pretty good. This is SpongeBob from that one episode. I do plan on making the other guys someday, but I tried doing it once, and it was a fail. So there he is running. I'll show you the picture I used for inspiration right here. Let's take him out of the way. Let's bring in the next figure. Boom, the Lifeguard from Ripped Pants. This is a good one. Classic episode, one of the first few episodes of the series. This is him with his meme face. So I did another meme figure, so we got a couple of meme SpongeBob characters over here. And he's all painted. He's one of the fish heads. I think this was the bus driver head, which I repainted the lips on it. Or no, maybe I didn't repaint. That might have been the color of the lips originally. So I think I left the lips from the bus driver fish, and then pretty much erased everything else. I kept some of the eye shape to do these eyes and painted it all in a dark turquoise color, and I think for the most part it looks really good. There's like one bit here that's very clumpy. I think I had to repaint something and it didn't quite work out, but I think for the most part this looks pretty good. There's always going to be like some grime and stuff that gets onto these figures, but for the most part I'm very happy with it, other than the back. I forgot to sand that. Usually I sand those backs, but whatever. And then the torso looks pretty cool. I think it's got, you know, the teal underbody, and he's got the whistle, which I think came out pretty nice as well. He's got orange fins and a little lifesaver device there. This one is one of my favorites. He took me a while to make, so I'm happy to get to show him off here. That is the Lifeguard. Our second to last figure is Fred, who you might know as the My Leg guy.
My leg!
He's had a lot of iconic moments on the show, and I think I did him pretty well as a minifigure. Again, I took that bus driver and just went to town on his face. Great. Anyways, yeah, I redid the face in olive green. I tried to match the olive green color. I didn't do it perfectly, but for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. Painted this belt on his legs. I have these arms turned because I feel like it looks more like fins. I had it like that on the last guy too, if you were wondering. But yeah, no painting on the torso. He has just kind of a plain body, and I'll show you the picture I used for reference for this character. And I think I did a decent job with it. The eyes are a little bit off, but that's on purpose. That's trying to match the picture I used. Kind of an older, seasoned look for this guy. He's been around for 25 years, 26 years, and he's been constantly injuring his leg, and I think his eyes as well. I think he saw the ball, right? I don't remember. And his eyes burnt off. Did that happen? I don't know. It's been a while. All right, that was Fred. Here's the final figure. This one's cool. This one's actually kind of a custom mock, almost. A mock slash a minifigure. This is Karen. Computer wife Karen from SpongeBob, from the Chum Bucket. Basically, I built this whole thing in Bricklink Studio. I love that these like claw pieces exist in blue now. I think that's a pretty recent color for the part. So that was a big help when designing it. Used those kind of droid mecha, the Exoforce arms for the arms here, which are probably my least favorite part are the way the arms look on the center, but I'm okay with it overall. It's not a big deal. And I love the head, actual computer part, or screen, I guess, monitor face. I painted black on 2 1x3 blue bricks, and then in light green did the kind of computer face. I guess you can't really push down on it, so it'll fall apart. But the wheels, very simple build for the wheels. I kind of dreamt up this idea like while I was in bed. I was like, all right, I guess I could do this, and then I went back the next day and I built this and bought it immediately, and it came and pretty cool. I'll grab a Plankton figure to put with her. Plankton. The size difference isn't super accurate. She's a little too tall. She's actually like way too tall, just next to a normal figure, but I'm fine with it. I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to put back all of the figures just for this closer here. Okay guys, well, thanks for watching. As always, hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a comment which SpongeBob episode is your favorite. Did you like the figures? Do you think they're cool? Do you think I'm cool? You know, I'm open to suggestions there. And be sure to check out my Instagram and my bricklink, where I'm pretty active on both of those things. And I'll see you in the next one, where I probably will not have Adobe Premiere anymore, so the high quality nature of these last few videos is gonna die for a few months, and then my Adobe Premiere and Photoshop will be reinstated once I return to college. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Oh, and thanks for stopping by.